I always appreciate that sitting in the chair here in my room is a big step for most people. So nobody just kind of walks in off the street and what can you do for me? People always think about surgical interventions for a long time before they come into this room. So I'm always very conscious of making people feel at ease. I don't usually launch straight into some complicated technical spiel. I always want to find out what the main concerns are. What are the things that bother you? What are the things that kind of interfere with your daily life, whether it's work, whether it's sport, physical activity, relationships, anything like that. And those things are important in people's lives. So I want to find out exactly what it is that that bothers you, and then try to have a plan or formulate a plan that'll address those issues. That's the best way for me to start. Usually once the discussion is underway, then people tend to kind of start feeling a little bit more comfortable, a bit more easy. They open up, and then the conversation just flows a lot more easily. And then once that is established, then we can get into the technicalities, where the incisions are, where the stitches are, things like that. That always comes a little bit further down the consultation.